Okay, cool. Because yeah, from jump, I mean, I bought Shiba to most of you guys when we were down here. Yeah, we had this little, well, we had, was it this pump? September time frame? No, it was this pump. We had this pump because this is the chart from Coinbase, and Coinbase don't have the full one. Let me actually see if I could find a. I'm sure Binance got a longer chart. So May of this year. Now it seems like nobody got the. Maybe Poloniex. Yeah, Poloniex goes back to April. Yeah, it was back at this time frame because yeah, I record all my calls. So we got this first massive pump, and we retraced, you know, crazy. So accumulation zone, you could see it just on a. You got to look, you know, look at these things on a larger scale. Like, I know most of us we trade some stable markets like the stock market and you know currencies and stuff like that, but with crypto, like, you don't have that much history to go off of. So trying to look at it micro will mess you mess you up. Wait, are we about to touch it already, or am I tripping?
Yeah.
This thing done went 200% already, because last I had. Nah, let me jump back to the other chart. Let me get the Coinbase chart. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh no, we're not quite there yet. So I don't know why the other chart was showing crazy, but either way, there's a lot of fuel in this pump. Um, I must show you what's going on the exchanges. So don't mind this. Let me move this over. All right, so two exchanges that are carrying it, because I'm not about to waste my Ethereum on some Shiba. So I sent some profits in there, and yeah, this thing's already moving. So one thing you like to look at, we're going to look at both markets on the centralized markets, of course, for Shiba. And of course, I think Coinbase is carrying it, but I'm not sure if it's on their Coinbase Pro. Let me take a quick look. So if we look at basically like, one thing you always want is just looking at the volume that's coming in. So if we hover over Shiba, of course it's a, you know, there's a lot of the tokens. You want to look at the USD. So $385 million worth of Shiba has been traded in the last 24 hours, behind Ethereum at 522 and Bitcoin at 627. The next closest is Luna at 149. So $385 million just on this exchange, okay? Not counting everything else. If we jump over to Hotbit, where, yeah, Shiba. Yeah, 61% last 24 hours. Like, take the gamble, you know, fuck it. I told y'all, like, I just want y'all to understand what y'all dealing with, so you know how to move. You know, you won't take your life savings to the casino. And of course, this is not financial advice. It's just entertainment purposes, just on what I would do for with my own money, and y'all just following my journey. So based off of that, you know, do your own research overall. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of fuel into this. So one thing I'd like to look at as well is just how much money is coming into the order books on these exchanges. So just kind of looking at how much Shiba people are trying to sell off. And sometimes too, So we see we have huge order blocks sitting at the 3,000 Satoshi. Well, we'll just call it 3,000 mark. Um, and of course, people are trying to offload it right before then. So that might be something of concern, but these orders may end up just disappearing because someone could just cancel the order and cause it to moon. Now, you would like to see a lot more incoming volume and demand, right? So you see the billions here that want to be sold off. I'd like to see a couple billions that people want to buy in. If we expand the view to look at lower prices, because this is the price of the whole thing, we might be coming to a little top a little bit because it's not that much volume coming in versus the volume that's trying to leave. So we see at 2,999, like, yeah, we're approaching it. Um, yeah, there's a huge sell wall pretty much. Couple billion on here. So just being able to read that so you know how to kind of protect yourself moving forward. Like I said, it may disappear. There is still a lot of fuel and volume that's being traded. It's also good to see the trade history because this is actually what happened. So we see that a couple million are being, bought at these levels. But of course, things are selling as well. Um, just to keep tabs on, hey, is there a lot of sell orders that are incoming, especially around those prices? Because you can see the order book saying that, hey, there's about this much, and this is USDT value. So this is about $2 million worth at this price level that needs to be sold off. And we need to see the incoming volume, $2 million worth of that. And that's just on this exchange, right? And we're just looking at, hey, where are these people looking to offload these things? And so we jump back and forth at the different exchange or the bigger exchanges that is carrying this particular coin. But people are talking about it like the Dogecoin again. And yeah, for some of y'all remember my call, like it was entitled I found the next Dogecoin for this reason, because I was seeing some of the demand just based off of this little bump here back in the day. Yeah, I should just use this chart to kind of reference things. And then because I had purchased it on Hotbit originally, and then Hotbit had a hack or something where no funds were taken. It was like a information hack or whatever that they say they handled. We got access to the funds back, and I had put $9 into the thing back here, and when it shot up to here, it was around $800. So I did exchange that into other tokens or whatever, because again, I'm just taking profits and moving into stuff that I'm looking to hold long term. But I could, of course, take again $9 and turn it to a couple $100 and buy the stuff that I actually want and add more to my position. So now we started to accumulate here, and it's good to kind of see this how you could really identify those tokens that's really about to give you some quick pumps. You get the huge pump here, right? But after all the dumps and everything, like you start to see it bottom out. You start to see it accumulate at these certain price points. I know I'm trying to show it on this screen here. And just to confirm, y'all can see my screen with the order book, right? You can see that,
Yeah.
Oz?
Yeah.
Because last time I was showing the whole wrong screen. But yeah, you like to see coins that are resilient. That's the best way to put it. This one was a bit resilient. Not too many people were selling off, and then you had the huge millionaire just started dumping money into it. And it's kind of weird too, because right now Bitcoin is pumping, thus kind of kicking things off for the end of the year, like I've been telling y'all. So you will start to see some altcoins, have their fun early on. This may not last the whole altcoin season. And for some of you guys that are kind of new, it's like Bitcoin will pump first from, October to December, right? The altcoins will naturally creep up because Bitcoin, is the main derivative, the main base pair, pretty much. Everything is kind of priced in Satoshis. We just convert it to see, what is that worth in US dollars. So all altcoins will naturally be pulled up because Bitcoin is pumping. But then when Bitcoin kind of hit its top and investors start to take profits from Bitcoin, they start to gamble into these other altcoins to get more gains, pretty much, right? And so you'll start to see profits be taken off and start to dump into these other cryptos. And you have to wrap your head around the fact that these cryptos are based off of Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? Depending on the type of crypto. And then Bitcoin and Ethereum is, valued against the US dollar. Well, if you're trying to compare, hey, Ethereum against the US dollar is shooting up crazy, and then you have this coin that is paired in Ethereum or Bitcoin, and let's say half of Bitcoin is naturally, someone who's naturally trading would buy half a Bitcoin or trade that back and forth. Well, 6 months ago, half a Bitcoin was this price, but now half a Bitcoin is this price according to US dollars. So you have to wrap your head around the fact that things are based off, that base pairing is Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin starts to raise in value, naturally the USD value of these coins are going to raise as well. And then once the profits are being taken from Bitcoin, someone might take half a Bitcoin and then dump it into a small crypto. And that small crypto will jump a lot more now that Bitcoin is worth more than it would if they put that half a Bitcoin into it when the Bitcoin wasn't worth as much. If that makes sense to y'all. So overall, the market will be pulled up, but you have to know how to take your profits, take your little exit strategies, whatever you got to do, and move your crypto into safe havens. Monitor, the volume, stuff like that. Like I always told y'all, like volume is key. You see all the volume that, well, actually this big move happened on barely no volume, but we're just looking at one exchange. Like I said, like, the price will be derived from, a collection of all the exchanges and such. I'm just looking at this because obviously, I had just put some in there, and yeah, just looking at the order books to see if things get eaten up, if things get sold, if we have some more volume coming in.
Yo,
Yeah.
to confirm, that order book is only for hot bit, like orders.
Yes.
That's just okay.
Yes,
Got you.
correct. I'm not sure if there are like paid services that will show you the full incoming volume across exchanges, that'll give you a total thing. But yeah, this one, I'm just looking at it for Hotbit only or for KuCoin. Let's open up the USDT one. Because I'm trading the token on those platforms, and of course I want to get the best chart and the best numbers, so I can make my exits. So yeah, so you have the full order book here on KuCoin, and on KuCoin you don't have much of that sell wall, as you can see, and there's a lot more activity here. And the price is different because on here we're already at in 3300s. So there's a little bit of a sell wall on the Hotbit platform. So different prices, and then you take all the average price of all the exchanges that carry this, and that's how you derive to the main price you see on, CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so each exchange have their own price, just like, I mean, the brokers and stuff that you trade with. Um, they all have their own price. So you could be charting up on something and it's a whole different price from what it's showing on MT4. Um, but yeah, so on here we're seeing yeah, a couple millions. So yeah, this middle one is in USD value. So a couple million being sold. We see some M's coming in. So a lot of volume coming into being traded back and forth on this freaking token. Um, if we just go back to this chart, yeah, shit was just calling buys. I just didn't have any alerts or nothing like set up on this thing. I do now since I hopped into it late. I was trying to wait to this zone down here to kind of load up a little bit. And if it came back down, because I thought it was going to blow off here. Not really. So I put one entry here and then put another entry here. And I'm just like, fuck it, let's see what happens. And yeah, the shit already is still bullish, 20%. So that's not bad. Overall, here's what I want to look at. Let's look at some targets, and then we could chop up elsewhere. I mean, this thing is just pumping. I don't have like, I don't even have a top to fucking draw the fibs from. I might have to just take it from the ultimate top. And we'll say, and yeah, it corresponds with this, which is clean. So let's draw our little rectangle here. And then I'll just put some rays here to target these two. But this could make this chart look very minuscule real fast. So let's take that away and, oh, sorry. All right, so just kind of looking at price targets. Let me go back to the daily. I mean, this thing is crazy. So lower time frame to show y'all why I think that first box works. So, just it's the only history I have to go off of. We had a major blow off top up here. Broke down, and we retested this area this first time here. We got rejected, came down and attempted again and got the huge candlestick. So this will be our first area of target for sure. And just looking at where price is at right now, because again, I don't have anything unless you want to, we want to look at the bottom of the channel down here where it found some support as really as our first little area, where we got some price action, right? So that's still a 30% to get there, about 45 just to get in the middle of that, double top pattern, just to get to the bottom of the box. That's 71%. Top of the box 80%, and of course all-time high is 160%. So there's still a little meat on the potatoes, on the bones type of shit. So the way I look at it is like, know your targets, obviously. And that's just on the short to midterm. Those are the hurdles that you kind of have to get over. And honestly, you know, I'm gonna just set targets just based off of these candlesticks that I see just on the somewhat larger time frame, just so that I'm aware. And I'll set one more here, and I'll alert y'all on when these things come up. All right. I gotta log into my other account on this one. So with that being said, if we get back to this green box, right, and of course we'll be expecting some liquidations here. We got some orders that are sitting up here that obviously we have to deal with. So we'll see how bullish we still are once we get up here. But from there, I mean, these are the targets. Again, crypto follows these Fibonacci levels pretty much to like a T, especially those that are in price discovery mode. Other traders, like, we don't have any history on these coins to kind of chart any type of analysis. So psychological numbers are round numbers and the fibs. That's what they tend to go for. So this target here is the 1.618 level, and this is the 2.618 level. If we get through our small time, short to mid-term resistances here, that's a 300% gain to the 1.618 and a 500% gain to the 2.618. And yeah, I think this move would be the end of the pump for this particular token. That seems very notable. That's a 5x, and from the complete bottom. Oh, sorry, wrong tool. From the complete bottom to those targets, 4,000%, like 40x. That's what you get in the market, and these types of markets. That falls in line in what you would expect out of these coins on these pumps. So yeah, do your overall research. This is my overall thoughts on this. I'm looking for these targets. I will get out of it. Like, I'll set the price targets as such because, well, I mean, I don't have that much money into it, so it ain't nothing crazy. Yeah, we start to see these blow-offs here, and we're near where that first target, area of resistance would be. So once we get above it, that'll just be the sign that this thing is continuing. But retracements are good, because this thing going straight up and through these targets isn't really a good sign. So we'll see. And this is the 30. Let's see what it looks like on the smaller. Yeah, that's our first little resistance point on there. So we'll see when we get back to some of these levels, maybe around here too on that top. Seem like this area here can play as somewhat. It's on a very small time frame, but yeah, these are some of the levels. Like, I'm glad it's creating price action. At least we can make some moves off of that. If it was just gonna go straight up, like, it would be hard to really tell where to get out at. But for right now, these couple targets are where we have some confluence, like I showed you on the bigger time frames, and almost like clockwork, it's in that general vicinity that we're getting a little pullback. But if we're still bullish, we'll find support at some of these levels that it created, especially here in between these two. So could almost draw a box in these little alerts here. Could almost keep this as just one alert. stop this one. Yeah, and just see if the price just revisits some of these lower areas here. All right, let me see. All right, a couple questions in the chat. What altcoins specifically, just other similar coins? When are you typically taking profit on these coins? Okay, so my profit taking strategy is simple: sell half on a double. Every time the price doubles, you sell half of the tokens, especially if it's a coin you're not looking to hold long term and you want to take the safest route. Of course, like I said, this is like going to the casino. So just imagine, hey, you know, pulling money off the table whenever you're up a certain amount. So you yourself can use whatever strategy to secure your profits, you know, that you want to use. For me, I typically sell half every time the price doubles, or as of late, like if it's something that, if I got a good entry into it, I will definitely sell half in the double. If I don't, and I'm just gambling like, hey, I'll take this $100 and see where it goes type of thing, I may take percentage, I may let it rock all the way up and just look for my price targets, like how I just showed you guys. If it's something that like I'm trying to flip, you know, 10,000, 20,000, whatever, like I'm going to take 20-30% every time I'm up 20-30% and take that, put that to the side, and wait for lower level targets for retracements if it's behaving in that manner. If it's really pumpy like we're seeing here, you know, 20-30% every time I got it will guarantee that my initial is secured and I'm kind of out of the project, but I still have obviously stake and tokens within it. And then I'll continue that strategy and put those you know, profits at lower levels if it retraces. Like for example, huge pump here, we retrace all the way down here, another huge pump again. We're probably gonna retrace. Yeah, we're probably gonna retrace around here where I just drew this last box or whatever. And we're probably going to get another leg to push us through some of these resistances. So the profits that I would take up here, I'll put it at these lower levels and let those orders hit again, grab me some more tokens at lower prices and shoot it up. But that, you know, that's me making sure that I'm doing that strategy with larger stake. For something that's real small, like for this, I'm just waiting for long-term targets. If it, you know, if it goes to zero, whatever. I've lost more on other stuff. Yeah, we're getting a little blow off here. Yeah, so people are taking profits. So you want to be aware of that for sure. Questions?
Yeah. What would you say now? Like, for example, what happened to Doge is you already know exchanges usually like the business, right? So if you're looking at the business standpoint, a lot of exchanges can now say, all right, what if Doge is, Shiba is starting to push, let us start listing it on our exchanges, the one that,
Yes.
what can that now cause?
That will cause massive pump. And actually, I literally just finished putting a little guide together about how to kind of spot some of those tokens before they pump. And that's one of the criterias. Kind of looking for tokens that had like a massive explosion before. So yeah, that crossed here. Yeah, we're pulling back or whatever. So basically, those that had a massive explosion before on smaller exchanges, but haven't been listed on your big Binances or Coinbase or anything, because a lot of the liquidity are on those bigger exchanges. And so, and a lot of more users as well, and users of, in Coinbase's case, users that are in the U.S. where most of the traders actually live. So giving access to this, just again, you see a price explosion overall, because now you have an influx of new users who can now access that token. Maybe before they didn't want to swap it for it because they didn't want to waste their ETH, or the exchange that it was on before, they didn't have access to it based off of their location. So whatever the reason, getting it listed on a reputable exchange does wonders for coins. It doesn't have the same effect that it used to when I first got into the space. Like literally back in the day, if something got listed or even hinted that it was going to be listed on Coinbase, 10x easy. Like, and it could have been in the bear market. It was the funniest thing ever. So some of that kind of died down a little bit, but it still has the overall effect, based off of the things that I've listed, just more people being able to access it. But that's a good question, and like I said, it leads into that overall guide. All right, let's see, 12 million. Yeah, so you can see like this thing is still a little bullish. Like it's getting down to these support areas, and more orders are flowing in. Let me see if it's on Coinbase Pro, because I'd like to monitor the volume on there. And yeah, if y'all have any other questions or any other coins y'all want me to look at, just put it in the chat. And yeah, do me a favor too, like give me a shout out on IG or whatever, wherever y'all post that. I'd appreciate it, because I'll be trying to bring y'all some stuff, but in the midst of me having to do all the shit that I got to do. But I know some of y'all, like, if y'all was with me from jump, I told y'all about Shiba. So I'm trying to find a way to bring y'all a lot more of these quick money getter type of coins, because I know y'all be liking that. But I also do bring y'all substantial stuff, so y'all can y'all don't have to really time and guess and find the best exit strategy from 10, 20 coins. Maybe you have a couple coins that you gamble with, but you have a set strategy with other stuff. So that's that. Okay, so it's a Litecoin, Aave, and so what you know about you sure sell, not seller? No, because at first I thought you had put COLL to Lending Protocol. So Litecoin, you talking technical analysis or fundamental? I haven't looked at Litecoin in forever. I have a little bit of Litecoin that I got for free. Okay, I'll look at the technical. Yeah, this platform back in the day was giving Litecoin and it was at $30, and I just have that one Litecoin. Let's look at the daily on this thing. I haven't even charted this. Oh, I mean, it had a nice double bottom pattern, but we seen the blow off top here at the double top. So it respected the technicals. I'm not sure if the move is over yet. On this pump. Let's see. Hold on. Let's take this pump here. Yeah, so we had the double top. Yeah, we blew off on that top for real. Yeah, didn't even retrace properly. Let me see. Based off the system, yeah, we're looking kind of weak. take this away. Yeah, so what I see for Litecoin, um, even so, we're just going sideways here. You would want to. It had its big pump, like you saw on the bigger time frame, but it had to blow off top here. Um, and even with this was a huge move down though. Like you came all the way back down to lower levels here. And if it was mimicking this, like even this retraced, I mean, general vicinity, it's never to a T, but we didn't see enough strength on this rebound here. I would have loved to see, it came down here, but I would have loved to see it really rebound and have some strength up here, and possibly like just go sideways before going back up. But this thing's so damn weak. Um, yeah, we're getting huge dumps here on the daily. Yeah, so Litecoin, yeah, 27% dump in one day. Um, and that was not too long ago, September last month. So moving forward, I mean, it could be a little bit under trouble. I'll probably back some in this 110 to 120 range. If you're looking to add more to your bag, or uh, I I wouldn't trade this per se. I mean, this thing doesn't move that fast, or it doesn't. I mean, it moves, but like you're not really getting your best bang for your buck. Um, so that's the level that I would look for it to kind of hold. I mean, we bounced off of it, but had some resistance here. Yeah, so on the upside, yeah, we would have to put in some higher highs in this general vicinity here at 230. It looked like 230 is a major resistance. Um, so yeah, that's your overall range, 112 to around 230, and it's just moving sideways within that. So I wouldn't, if you're loading up, sure. I'm sure this thing still has some juice. Uh, like I said, everything pumps during the market. If we go ahead and just look at some targets, targets are already loaded. I'll get this on the weekly. If we look at some targets, I mean, very bullish. The 1.618 is at 656 and $1,000. That's very possible in the mid to long term, or within this altcoin season. Like in altcoin season, typically, like I said, everything will start to creep up, but the real full altcoin season, you'll know it when like everything are hitting these price targets. And I did this same thing with some of you guys back in December. Well, around this time, I mean, really, because shoot, tomorrow will be literally a year to the day when I bought the first NBA Top Shot. So I know I was, telling y'all about these targets, and those targets were hit. We had the retracement, and now we're just, reanalyzing based off of the price action we've had, to see where the next targets will be for the next run. And on schedule on October 1st, September 1st, I mean, uh, Bitcoin started moving up, and you started to see things creep out. Coins start to pop off, and it's just little by little here. here and there. But it's going to be very hard to really keep up with all of these. So that's why I try to tell you guys about just ways of sustaining your crypto portfolio by investing in projects that's going to, withstand the time, withstand, the length of time. With some of these cryptos, they're not going to be around in 5 years. And so when I hear people talking about holding SafeMoon for 5 years, I'm like, I hope SafeMoon won't even have a pump on this in this altcoin season. So you got to be careful in what you're investing, and of course, understand what you're investing into and know what the strategy is behind it. And although Bitcoin is pumping and everything right now, its dominance is only at 43% at the moment. So that's something to take into account as well. But this is what I see on Litecoin. It is the silver to Bitcoin's gold in the crypto sense. But at the end of it, it's gonna do decent. It's still somewhat of almost a 10x from where it's at now to what I think the top would be at this 2.618 target. So there's gains to still be made there. You still got about almost 500% to that 618 target. Your first target is roughly almost 300%. So that's solid on that. Let's see what else you had said. You holding SafeMoon for 9 years. To each his own. Godspeed. All right. So you said Ave. Let's take a look at Ave. So I like Ave. Strong fundamentals. So that's already a given. We'll take a look at Binance. I actually have I've been testing out the protocol. I got some funds staked on Aave, and I'm earning some Aave tokens passively. So that's my wave. I know how I go about it. I'm not touching my principal. I'm just going, shit, I got the principal of stuff just paying off my bills now. All right, so with Aave, right, we had the explosive move, and I hated myself for not buying Aave on Thanksgiving because it was on the day of the elections last year, it was at like $25, but during Thanksgiving and stuff, that's where I was, talking to the family about crypto, stuff like that. That's where my aunt got into it. The one that called me today about Shiba. And this thing had its run up first, $25 all the way up to $600. And a short time span too. So November 4th to February 9th, right? A couple months, three months or so. So overall, like it had its huge run up. All right, let's do this just for fuck's sake. We see a nice rejection off of that 618 level. But here's what I really want y'all to understand. Like, your money isn't made. I hate when that happens. Your money in crypto is not made in the bull market. I mean, that's when you earn it, but you make it in the bear market. Like you get into these projects, scale into them late. Like some of the money that I had threw into Shiba and some other coins and stuff like that was off of a wallet that I found that had some Cardano in it. Check the history of the damn wallet because I totally forgot about this wallet because it was a testnet wallet that I never converted to the main Cardano chain. So it was just sitting there, and I'm glad that the funds were still there. When I finally converted it, It was worth around $1,200, nothing crazy. But turns out I only put like $30 into it. And so that $30, flipped quickly. So I mean, not quickly. This was probably around 2019, 2018, 2019. I forgot what the transaction had said. But it was just two transactions because I guess I was testing out that wallet. Yeah, this dataless wallet thing that you see here. I was testing it out when it first came out, and I just forgot the funds on there. And found it, and I'm like, okay, cool. Let's put that into some other things. So like I said, like you make your money in the bear market because you don't have to like worry like, oh, what's about to pump now, what's doing this today, et cetera, et cetera. You can really take your time and let's see, there you go. You could really take your time, analyze everything. There's no worry about this thing pumping crazy today because it's a bear market. Nothing's going anywhere, just moving sideways and moving down. So that's the best time to go ahead and accumulate slowly, right? Put $5, $10 into it every week type of thing. And because it's at such low prices, like one of the good best ones that I had hit off of was VeChain. It was, fractions of a penny, but I really liked the whole tracking of merchandise. Like I was sold on the story. So I was buying, $5, $10 of it, little by little, like whenever I was doing my crypto buying and I had, just a little bit of, US dollars left that, maybe I couldn't buy a whole, uh, coin or whole Bitcoin, whatever at the time. So I would just go ahead and take that little extra and just throw it into those small coins like I'm doing right now with Shiba or whatever. But with VeChain or some other one, when it's in the bear market, they're good fundamentally and they're super cheap like a Shiba. So it's just like, all right, well, I can easily get a whole bunch of these coins for mad cheap. And then shoot, I was just praying this thing hit a cent. It's finding support at 10 cents. And so like my portfolio on vet looking real good, but that's just to the point of you have to look at it like if you're going to be in this space, one, you have to understand there's market cycles. Everything don't just go straight up over here. As fast as it goes up, it's gonna come right the fuck back down. But you have to identify those things that's gonna withstand the length of time. Put your money into that. When things are low, cheap, or whatever, because we're still early. And accumulate as much of those coins as you can, because when it comes times like this, you're just chilling. Like for me, the reason I guess that's why I don't make as much calls as I should, because it's like I'm not really searching for anything fully. I mean, I throw some bread here and there, but most of my money that I was throwing into this market or looking to allocate to this market, because I still got other businesses to put money into. So I'm not looking. I do have a lot of money into crypto, but I still need my money liquid for my other businesses. I can't be putting all my basket, all my eggs in one basket. So I'm saying this just to kind of inspire you guys or give you guys a perspective of if you're going to be in this space, just do your due diligence to understand which ones are going to last, which ones are the next Google's, Microsoft, stuff like that of the space, because at the end of the day, it's going to be hard trying to keep track of which one of these pump and dump type of coins are going to pump while everything is pumping. Like you can't cash out, you can't cash out and take profits on everything at the same time if they're all dumping at the same time, which is what ends up happening. They all pump at the same time and dump at the same time. So if you already have your positions already allocated, and you have your price targets allocated, because obviously you're in the bear market, you're just looking at, I remember, back in the day, just looking at, when we get back to 20K on Bitcoin or this and that, like, shoot, I just made my weekly buys not too long ago. And I'm like, damn, I'm really buying Bitcoin at 40 something thousand dollars. Like, I remember not too long talking about $10,000 Bitcoin, stuff like that. And I was, people were telling me, oh, it's too expensive. I'm gonna wait till it's lower. And I'm like, yo, it's gonna be weird because when Bitcoin's at 50, 60K, you're gonna wish that it was back at 10K. And look, that came up and crept up on us a lot faster than than I expected. But that's crypto. It doesn't wait for anyone. So on Aave, I mean, we're consolidating, but it's holding on these levels. So, I mean, I would load up here for the last push. If I let me bring the fibs back on this overall move just to give you some price targets. Let's reverse. So the 1.618 is at $1,000. Very reasonable for Aave. And then we have the 2.618 at 1,700. Again, that seems like a reasonable top for this protocol that it has a lot of money already locked into it, and continuing. So to first target is about 250%. Target two is about 460%, almost 500%. Again, around the same numbers as the Shiba, whatever that we looked at. So some of these coins, again, like I said, will pump at the same time and dump at the same time. So it won't be far-fetched to kind of see them when we're in the full altcoin season, to see them, start to hit their targets at the same time. Some of them almost mirror each other in that manner. So it's going to be very hard to, especially if those coins aren't on the same exchange, trying to cash all that out, especially when things are moving fast. So just based off of my experience, that's what I had to go through or what I've seen and experienced. Shiba's still bullish. We have an engulfing here, but it retraced nicely to this area, which is good. It seems like it's just missing my complete boxes or whatever. But again, it's always this zone and whatever. Let's just encompass it properly. So it seems like this is a little border block area. All right. So yeah, real bullish right now again. And yeah, again, we're getting structure. So like I said, this is good to see. Because now it's giving those traders some retracement to come from. We came up on the resistance. We're gonna go retest it. Let's see what it looks like here. Yeah, just perfect. Engulfing. I would have liked to see another strong bullish here instead of us going sideways, but take it how you can. We're still trending on a upwards vibe. My bad, I jump back onto this. Said talk about Sol and AVAX. Oh, I missed. Oh, fundamentals first. So, I haven't really looked into Cell because I thought you were talking about something else. Is it Cell Frame? Cell Frame or something? Is this in the polka dot? Because no, I haven't seen this before. Yeah, Cell Frame. Yeah, I like when y'all bring me some cryptos I haven't looked into before because it's why the fuck I'm teaching y'all some of this shit. I was just messing around. Let's see, cell frame. That's the thing, cell network. So never mind on that. It's on Uniswap. Yeah, so let me actually just bring over the CoinGecko. What number is it? Yeah, so rank number is 630. Damn, where'd you find this? It's on the 6th page of this thing. Max supply is low. I like that. Nice little pump from $1.67. Okay. Offer some strong volume. We had a nice retracement though. Oh, did we put our double bottom there? So let's see. All right, yeah. So you tend to like to see it only available on swaps and no major centralized platform. Although I hate swapping my coins because obviously it uses ETH. So I tend to always look at Hotbit or KuCoin, especially Hotbit. They seem to always get these fucking coins, even if they're not listed on here. So I always do a second look. So Subframe is a quantum resistant layer one network focused on facilitating secure and scalable cross-chain transfers for decentralized load services and its multi-chain nature. This quantum with plain C. More CPU in that. Yeah, but it's layer one. It's like, why would I wanna? Okay. Let's look at the website. Service-oriented blockchain platform, build and manage quantum self-running SDK. Yeah, let's look at everything. Let me see their Twitter, Medium, Shapeshift, GitHub. Oh, that's their wiki. Where's their GitHub? And their own Binance chain. I do want to see their GitHub. That's not a good sign. And this website here. So they call it just okay. They seem legit in that front. All right, so that's a good sign. Frameworks. I mean, square management, centralizing. That's an interesting concept, I will say. Because like I said, you could always get ideas, right? It's just like, can they execute on that idea? But that was an interesting concept without necessarily needing an oracle or someone who may have a backdoor to the funds, um, or can influence the funds, from either being going through or not. So yeah, it looks okay right now. Wait, hold on. So it's very early on, yeah, especially with the low price and low supply. 30 million, that's not bad. Um, they got a good. I wonder if their dashboard is out. Yeah, they hit on these two. All right, so security audits are being done this month. So that's a big thing to look for. And that's probably what's driving the price right now. That security audit, it might be, buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing. That's it's kind of like how you come up on those type of things. People in anticipation of these good news, they'll start buying. You'll start to see the volume kind of pick up a little bit. Some more people picking up, like stuff like that. So, um, and yeah, just right here, you're seeing some more volume coming in. So let's see. I'll do a deeper dive. Let me see how many. Oh, I guess I could have started there without actually jumping in. So it's about 8,000 members in there. Telegram, not too shabby. 14K followers. So still pretty early on. Uh, let's see. I got an auction on the 11th. Auction. Auction of what? Oh, and they're doing that uh, uh, candle flame auction. For some of you that don't know, it's basically auctions that would be held instead of like, you know, keep going until there's a highest bidder. They would just light a candle, and when the candle, burnt out, whoever was the highest bidder at the time would get the, auction was over, and they would get the prize. Um, Anyone can register, sell slot auction. Oh, so they're auctioning off. Oh, they're probably oh. So is this a polka dot competitor? I mean, that's the vibes that I'm getting from this overall. But I mean, this is an interesting concept. So like, by design, smart contracts and other protocols cannot interact with the resources of the operating system. Cell frames of services can leverage the host machine computer power, bandwidth, and hard drive. Unlike smart contracts on other protocols, where an oracle or set of nodes upload external data on the blockchain, cell frame services do not require such third party, which is liable being un to being compromised. I mean, not entirely true, depending on how decentralized the smart contract protocol is. But how are you doing it? Because yeah, a blockchain service on the cell frame network does not have an owner address to reduce the risk of theft, which is good. Service cash flow gets distributed between the providers, and no one has a private key from the contract. But who's the providers? Like, I'll have to do a deeper dive on, because the way it is like, who is processing transactions, right? If you're taking away the model of how Polkadot is, and I mean, Polkadot would essentially have uh, a node in the middle, and that node could be, one particular group or groups of people decentralized all over the world, and they would be responsible for processing transactions within that chain, et cetera, et cetera. Um, he's saying that, for example, or they saying that if someone creates a smart contract, that address of that smart contract will be exposed. So, a hacker can know exactly where to hit to get all the money of this smart contract. And that smart contract could be like Aave, right? Aave is a lending protocol, but of course that protocol is a smart contract. When someone does this or interact with the protocol, when there's an input, the protocol is gonna deliver an output. So I think he's saying like we can eliminate. I keep saying he, but this program, they can eliminate the risk of having a direct address in a sense for these protocols to limit the attacks, and the fact that when these protocols are created, basically the creator doesn't have control of it at all, which is good in theory. And then you're eliminating nodes because you're saying that service cash flow gets distributed between the providers and no one has the private key from the contract with all the funds in it. So I guess it's pretty much like you create the smart contract, no one has access to it, and the smart contract would just execute by itself. Um, which is fine, but it brings in the question of when transactions are being processed within that blockchain, right? I mean, they would have to leverage, but they're saying they're layer one. That's what's killing me. If they're layer one, that means that they have their own blockchain. Who is processing the transactions on their blockchain? If it's not, I mean, that's talking about the smart contract creation, but if you're not having nodes or any oracles and you're supposed to be decentralized, the only way this works is if you're centralized, and then that defeats the whole purpose. You're building a centralized Polkadot. The concept of what they have is, I'll do a deeper dive on it, but just to kind of give you guys insight on like where my brain goes overall on when I'm analyzing like, hey, can this actually work? And of course, based off of what's already on the market, Polkadot's already, top 10, right? Yes, this has a lot of room to grow. So there is the possibility there, like, hey, a small fraction into this can turn into a lot, especially with a low token supply. Um, and let's see what else they have on their website. Let's look at the team because I really didn't look at anything else. Okay, can I get some photos, something? Well, and they're Russian. I ain't hating on Russians, but y'all don't have photos. Not even on your main page. Oh, I guess it just wasn't loading. Okay, so the team is visible. Yeah, I would just want to see their partners. Union is a big one. I haven't really. Oh, Raise Network, Tech. Seems like they have some partnerships. I'd have to see to what capacity these partnerships are. Like people would throw a logo on here and say they got a partnership with Google when in fact they just got a meeting or something. Like So you do have to do the due diligence to see, like, is this FUD overall? Um, okay, this is their GitHub. Okay, let's look at the repository, and they have nodes. Like, so it's just like, what are you running here? I'm not really going to get into this, to the code itself, but I mean, I'm seeing some activity within it, so it's not a dead project. This is definitely interesting, though, so I appreciate you bringing it on here. Yeah, they do use WordPress on their website and shit. Okay, so that's cool. And then social-wise, I mean, it looks like they're just starting out 8,000, 14,000. Their medium. Look at their. All right, let's look at these rules. Yeah, so they're using that candle flame. Anyone can register to participate. They have to do the name, briefing, website, and 1,000 sell deposits, which is very cheap. Yeah, and it gets returned after win or loss. After win or loss. So how do y'all make money? They should have at least had people lock up these tokens into the protocol. Um, you know, to have a slot. So they can range between 1 and 8. Each range point equals to 3 months. For example, if Alice bids 100 sell on range 1 to 3, it gives 300 score. Bill bids 200 sell on range 1 to 1, it gives him a 200 score. Oh, okay, I get what it means. It gives him a 400 score. So Joe won. This is weird because I don't know what is this in reference to. Like, am I buying the slots like you said? So I guess okay, these would be the projects, and they can crowd loan or private. Everybody can bid in that receiving project tokens. Okay, so that's good. It seems like they're pretty much copying the whole Polkadot network thing, because you could do this on Polkadot too, where as a project is bidding to get a parachain, users can crowd loan for that parachain slot, meaning we individuals can put our Polkadot, or in this case, some cell tokens behind a project we think is going to win. In the case of Polkadot, I know once they win, you get a airdrop from the project that won and the tokens that you had allocated back. So that's a way to get free money. So it seems like this is clutch. And they got NFTs. Winner gets cell slot NFTs with a unique number. It could be used connect to cell chain backbone. Okay. And to get a slot for 2 years, participate must collect at least 250,000. Minimum is 3-month period, 31,000. Oh, all this time the cell will be locked. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. That's a good model. Oh no, this is clutch. This is clean. I think this is a very viable one. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna definitely put that into my green network. Yeah, and had this huge pullback. So um, let me see if I could find a USD chart. There's no USD chart, so I'll just go off of the wrap ETH one, but that's kind of hard to do considering that ETH is pumping too. So I'm just looking at it based based off of the ETH pairing. The USD chart, I mean, looks pretty good. Yeah, definitely accumulation phase down here off of the pullback at this 51 cents, 44 to 51 cents level, right? What you said that $1.68. Yeah, so this thing is pumping. Some resistances. We see we had a pump here to 224 and pull back 171. So yeah, we're starting to react here. We went to 172 and had a pullback. So look for it to break, 171 first fully. We're around that now, and then 224 target. From that 224 target, that's minuscule. Yeah, these are price entries if you're looking at it, because the ones that I'm telling you now are resistances, not price entries. You can start to, I mean, your entries or whatever. Yeah, it did its little double bottom here. And I've been finding this pattern everywhere where like the double bottom doesn't actually come. I mean, you can always have it on an angle, right? Your double bottom patterns, they're not always perfect, but it's always bullish whenever and you could always look at it as a higher low, whatever. But in fact, it's really like a double bottom. And this is on this is on a bigger time frame. So these are kind of dailies. Um, The only thing I would say, look for it to probably retrace to the $1, around the $1 price point if you really want to entry. I think right now this is a good entry because you don't have much resistance, honestly, if this thing started to pick up. Uh, the volume isn't quite there yet, like it was back here, but hey, it's still early as hell because number 600, 630 on market cap, like that ain't nothing. Um, let's see if it has its market cap. Yeah, $40 million market cap. This ain't nothing. Bill Bitcoin just hit 1 trillion today, so 40 million ain't nothing. So there's a lot of upside left to it, I'd say. Yeah, I took a little bit on this one because this kind of seems interesting. I don't like the fact that they're on Binance chain, but they're on Ether as well. So um, they might be looking to bridge the other chains in the future. Got some partnerships, a token, at least a team showed their face. Yeah, that's always a good sign. So I'll definitely take a deep dive into them to see if what their history have been like. Yeah, follow them on Twitter, stuff like that. Just looking at their. Ooh, this is interesting. This is very interesting because everyone's talking about. Um, yeah, because I literally started looking at these WASM based smart contracts. Everyone's talking about EIP 1559 with Ethereum. But it's this WASM that's Ethereum WebAssembly that's really going to help the bridge overall, and help Ethereum be a whole lot faster. It's not really a cheap fees because the 1559, if you really read it, it's not going to make fees cheap. It's just going to help keep it at a constant number. That constant number can still be high depending on how high the demand of the network is at that time. Um, so it's not really going to help. The thing that's really going to help are these WebAssembly platforms, and I really can't speak too much on it because I really want to take a deep dive on uh, what the hell it is. So WebAssembly is a new portable size and load time efficient format. It aims to execute at native speed by taking advantage of common hardware compatibilities available on a wide range of platforms. WebAssembly is currently being designed as an open standard by the W3C community group. So essentially, it looks like it's just going to be, imagine Amazon Web Services, but it's using, you know, everyone on the networks like speed and load time and everything like that. At least that's what I got from it at first. Um, don't quote me on that overall, but they're kind of moving things. If you think about it in retrospect, from using a dedicated hard drive on your computer to going to a cloud-based, service or whatever. The cloud base would run faster, obviously, if you're doing communication with people all over the world, stuff like that. Um, in the case of Ethereum, this is clear clutch. And so for me to see that on Cellframe's thing on their roadmap, and they're already thinking about it, shortly after the bridge to Ethereum test network. So they're already thinking about, they're not playing in the layer one level of Ethereum. They're thinking of layer two and ETH2, because WASM is going to be gonna come out when ETH2 comes out fully, and that's shit in about 6 months now. And so that's really going to be, yeah, I think in May. Um, that should give them the team enough time for Ethereum to be out for at least 2-3 months, ETH2, and for them to properly test out the WASM network. But yeah, for entries right now, like there's a little bit of resistance. I'll probably wait for $1.30 for my first entry. $1 would be ideal. Anything below $1 is a steal. Let's just say that. But for what they're proposing, if this does very well, it's not gonna matter. It's really not gonna matter. Like, you're not gonna remember these low levels, and because it has this such low supply, um, most of it's already circulating, but fully diluted is only 50 million. So that means most of its tokens is already circulating for the most part. So development team has about 1.4, or development funds, I mean. The team has about 1.5, so, and then foundation, 800 for advisors. So this estimated. I need to know where. Yeah, I'll have to look at the contract and see what's up. But I'll give you guys some full deep dive on this one, because I think this might be big. So appreciate the call out on this. Shoot, my bad for taking so long on that one. Let's see, talk about Sol and AVAX. So Solana's ecosystem is growing, it's still moving. A lot of institutions are bullish on it. I myself, like, I see the money making opportunity on Solana, but I'm not too sold on its overall what's the best way I could. All right, so there's always a tug and pull in me where, like, I know what crypto is supposed to solve, right? So the overall, looking at the good outlook of changing this BS financial society that we're in. I get that aspect. And so, like, I try to focus on projects that, support that narrative. And projects that work with banks. I don't really fuck with it, because we're looking to get away from that overall banking system. But I have to also understand from a business standpoint, that, you could have a great product, but if no one's using it, it doesn't matter. It might as well be good as dead. So these banks and these institutions, they're the ones with the deep pockets and the clientele already. So that may influence adoption for whatever token that they end up being behind a whole lot sooner than something that actually has the tech and everything ready to go, but they just don't know how to market themselves or don't know how to do this and that. And that's the case with Solana, in my opinion. Solana has a lot of institutional money that's being thrown into it, but in all actuality, Solana is centralized like a motherfucker. Like they're super centralized, and that kind of goes against the grain of crypto. But it's not a thing that goes against making money. I mean, this thing's been it had its pump, and we see it had its accumulation phase around here, right? The 120s to 140 range had a little breakout from it, and we're retesting that now. And we should see it, break its all-time high. And Solana could easily be at $1,000. If we take a look at the charts on it, let's see where Shiba at. It's still pumping. No, it's pulling back a bit. We're good. Soul is on my green list. Let's take a look at this. So, I've been charting it since down there, but let's take a look at the big move here. So let's see if we get a retracement to here. 618 and stuff's already there. And yeah, so mid to long-term targets. And these targets too, in my opinion, are just conservative fib targets. That is not taken into account like, the FOMO and the FUD and just influx of just non-technical traders, right? Because again, here the process that I'm doing here is based off of other technical traders that look at the chart. In the case of like Dogecoin, we saw earlier in the year, like people didn't care. Elon was saying Doge or tweeting, and Doge was in it, and so people was buying it. There's no way to properly measure that on the charts. So you still have to take into account that I'm looking at the conservative technical price action. These things can exceed the pump once the influx of money is coming in and people are just FOMOing, et cetera, et cetera. Does that make sense? All right. So yeah, let's see if we hold this general area, starting at 143 to about 136. So I'll look to load up in this general area. I mean, we're not too far from it per se. Let's see how things are looking on the lower time frame. Yeah, we're shooting down, but yeah, we got lots of activity here. It coincides with here. So lower time frame, yeah, for entry wise, yeah, this looks like it might reverse around here instead, which again, psychological 150 range, right? So that's another thing that really plays into a part into charting these in crypto. The round numbers get people, and I think that exists in most markets as well. But then, yeah, we we tend to take the fib levels as our targets, especially when we go to no man land, as I like to call it, because it's all-time highs. So where it's accumulating at now is fine if we find support above it. As you can see, it was resistance, resistance, resistance until we broke through it here. And we're, testing that support right now. And hopefully that holds in this particular area. Look like it is, but I don't like this double bottom, little divergence here. Not really divergent. Where's my volume? 1 second. I want to see what type of volume is coming in on this. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, our volume has just been declining since year. Since this overall pump. Oh, I guess it was just it. I had my volume here. And yeah, with the average, you can see we're on falling volume. And yeah, if we just take a zoom out, yeah, 6.6 is right there, right where we drew our little box. That 150 round level. If you want to take entries there, that's solid. But look in between, 142 to 150 to kind of get your entries for the buy up. The bearish sentiment is, yeah, we got rejected here. If we fall through, yeah, we do have some areas. That was originally what I was targeting when we had this pullback, was that this was our sort of like load up zone. But if we break like 117, it could be over for the overall move. Right now we're still bullish, right? At 153, we're still bullish there because, yeah, just technically we're putting in this double bottom here. So we should really see Sol kind of take off from here. In all honesty, I think this might be a little perfect takeoff spot. I would obviously put my stop loss here. Even to the all-time high, I can't really see that. That's not enough for me on that particular trade. Yeah, no. Yeah, to all-time highs, but I mean to TP1, what are we looking at? That 0.15. What the fuck's going on here? Oh, I am on a lower time frame. But wait, that can't be a 0.15 ratio unless I'm reading that wrong. My bad, y'all. I had a long ass day today. Okay, because I'm like, this thing's all the way up there. All right. Yeah, I was getting some bad info. To the top. Oh, sorry. Fucking shorting this thing. I'm like, how is that decreasing? My bad, my bad. All right, yeah, to the top. Yeah, almost a 2-to-1, which is not too bad. If that's taken, and then to your first target, 6-to-1, almost, and then you have a 12-to-1 here. So that would be your ultimate target in this, and that's very reliable. Percentage wise from here, which would be, your best support, you're looking at 300% increase. So that's solid. So how much was this pullback from this top? 40, 50%. So that's, yeah, that's normal. So your load up area was, is in this 130 to 150 range. Let's call it that. If you break below 117, like if you break the 120 type of support, might look at lower levels, the 100 levels, and then below that, yeah, the move might just be over. So, and then yeah, under that is pretty much the round numbers: 100, 90, 80, everything in between. But I would say for right now, it's a bit bullish. We are finding some support here, which is good because it was a resistance we were trying to get out of since September, when we first attempted, when we first lost it and attempted to get back above it. Had a lot of accumulation up here, but we just couldn't hold it, which was a problem. So we broke back down again, and the more you hit those resistances, you will break through. But the ultimate sign of, hey, this has properly broken through and we're using it as a support, is for it to come back and retest. And if we properly form this double bottom here, which it looks like it's starting to form, yeah, this is a great entry into your targets above. And then you have your small resistances, like your local resistance at 170, 180, pretty much. Yeah, it seems like it's the round numbers: 190, 200, and then back to the all-time, probably at 220. But once you break that, just look for these targets, basically 350 and 550. Just call it that. But the fibs are at those levels, so you would start to look for your start to exit or take profit at those particular levels. Yeah, so that's my overall outlook on Sol. Avalanche, I need to get some more of this damn thing. Layer 2, solution. If you guys were on my last call, we were talking about the different layer 2 solution, especially the one that's going to do an airdrop, Arbitrum, and not Arbitrum, Optimism. But Arbitrum is another layer 2 solution. And all these layer 2 solutions are going to do very well, especially once one of them get implemented into ETH. Optimism is the closest to that ETH camp, so I'm very bullish on that. Arbitrage have been, doing some good things too. So, I put some ETH on both chains. It doesn't hurt to take advantage of the low fees. Avalanche went crazy, man. Diablo. So we're doing a nice little retest of our last high. So if we find support here, this is a great jump off point for you. All right, yeah, I'm gonna keep these pretty quick because I gotta go eat dinner. I'm hungry. Yeah, and based off the fibs, lines right up with to the dollar with that, and then we have our targets for Avalanche. Damn, $200 Avalanche. Remember this shit at like $2. Ah, damn. Like watching the market so much, like start to see these coins, and it's like, I don't remember this thing was this much. One of which is like Monero. I always said like I would buy some Monero at $50. I never did. Now it's at like $300. I was just like, damn. Now support. this looks like. Nice little here to load up. So yeah, this looks pretty good. If we can find some support where we're at, around here, like, maybe just above the $50 range, let's call it that. Um, this will be bullish for its next leg up, especially to that first one, 0.618 target at 121 bucks, 28 bucks, and then our next target at 207. Percentage wise, from where we're at, first target is 112%, next target is 250%. So yeah, there's some meat left on this, and those are just the first two conservative targets. And for some of these coins, I'm sure. Yeah, so yeah, that's how I see technical wise. Fundamental wise, AVAX is a solid project. They're growing day by day. So that's that. All right, I'm gonna take a couple more and then I'm out. What do you recommend for people who want to invest and understand the markets but don't have too much time to look into these coins? All right, so what I recommend for that, like, focus on one project, one ecosystem, and just learn as much as you can within that. So like if it's Polkadot or Solana or this and that, like each ecosystem is going to offer a project that offers, some type of component you're looking for. It could be NFTs, it could be gaming, it could be whatever. They'll just have their version of it or their project of it. Just find you one that's doing that. If it's one of those things where it's like, hey, I really can't look at coins at all. Like I want to make money from crypto, but I can't, watch all these coins. There's a couple different things you can do. You can, just put your money into yield farming and earn some interest and stuff like that over time. That's what I do a lot. Um, and you can also get into index funds, crypto index funds, where you invest in, all of NFTs or all of, metaverses, or and it'll be a basket if you haven't seen it before. So the best one that I like to use is Zapper. Let's change the network here. Oh, not Zapper. Zerion has the investment stuff, the ETFs. So like take advantage of these indexes, because you'll be able to just make money off of that whole market. So if you use Zerion, go to invest, and we could take a look at all of them. Just in the past 90 days, this gone up 135%. This metaverse index, and it has Axie Infinity in it, Eluvium, and I think Ryan just asked me to take a look at Eluvium. All these other metaverse tokens, and you can just purchase this at 135, and basically you have a share of each one of these tokens. And if within this there's one that stands out to it and you want to throw money into that, this index acts as a hedge against, let's say, Axie Infinity. Because, for example, if Axie Infinity goes down 20%, but some other coins in here are doing well, and the index overall is probably just up, let's say the index is up 10%, then overall, I'm only down 10%, because that 20% that I lost on my Axie Infinity, 10% of it was made up by the plus 10% net that I had on my metaverse. So it acts as a hedge against it. So I'm not losing too much money overall. But then again, of course, if all of it is dumping, then the overall index plus whatever you added into will end up dumping too. But in a bull market, if you want to invest in the whole thing, like for example, this is the top 5 DeFi. So you got Uni, Aave, Compound, Synthetics, just in a pool, and put $86 and buy one of these tokens, and yeah, you have a piece of the pie for each of them. And now, like, you can get the gains fully from multiple projects, and it saves you on gas fees. And instead of me having to buy 5 different tokens and pay $100 every time I got a swap, now I just do one swap and basically be exposed to all 5 projects at once. So I'll say take advantage of these indexes, and of course take advantage of staking your money, pooling it, et cetera, et cetera. It's only going to help. Look at these. Oh man, Uniswap. Uni V2, but man, what the hell is VLO? But either way, like, yeah, I think that's how you do that. Thoughts on LMX and I briefly caught wind of Eluvium while I was searching Axie Infinity and other gaming platforms, and I'm gonna do a call on that probably tomorrow or the day after on these gaming cryptos where play to earn type of stuff, or stuff where like, oh, actually one of them I gotta hop on, or I could send my motherfucker on a on a quest. So let's take a look at Eluvium, and then Shaq said XLM and Superfarm. And that will be the last ones that I do for the night. I'll do another call tomorrow for y'all, but I gotta give me some sleep and some food. All right, so I'm gonna look at this. Damn, like y'all be finding some shits. This is the first I'm hearing of this, mainly because it's on page 18. Oh my God. And just to confirm, Ryan, this is the one you're talking about. So, actually, oh, Immutable X. Uh, does Immutable X have a token? Or are you just talking about the platform? It's that NFT platform, right? Because I think they just did a drop with TikTok today on NFTs. Yeah, you say Immutable X. Airdrop. Oh, Hells of Gods Unchained. Yeah, so this Gods Unchained gaming stuff, like, yeah, like, okay. And there you go. United States residents are not allowed to receive them. And forget you, Oz. Fucking thoughts on DJ. Yeah, the can't get them. Damn, and the snapshot happened July 22nd. And you should have had. So did you partake in this, Ryan? Oh, for future reference, I can. So, because I haven't really been it's funny you asked because I just started looking for like NFT calendar drops. Oh, you say you got a bunch of them. So yeah, did you have them before July 22nd? Then you should be part of the snapshot. The snapshot already happened. And damn, y'all be doing stuff, not letting me know type shit. Like, damn, I could have got in on this. Another one, alpha rewards. Yeah, so it seems like there were some tasks. Yeah, but you said yeah, it's in the US. But how would they know though? Because don't you play this with your MetaMask or your Trust wallet? Like, don't you connect decentralized wise? Oh, track IP. All right, that's an easy fix. Get you a Nord VPN. Uh, get you a VPN and shit. I could be anywhere in the world. I think it's like 10, 15 bucks per month. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Um, then how are they getting your IP? How are they getting your location, period? Yeah, they might be recording, IP just over time, or obviously there might be masking, um, not masking, but filtering for servers of known, reroutes. Um, what? All right, bro, I got you. 37K. Fuck you doing on here talking to me? And it was free to mint. Bruh, y'all be doing stuff and not letting me know. Like now I'm starting to feel some type of way. Like the whole point of me getting y'all into this was for y'all to turn around and let me know what y'all doing so I could hop in too. Now you telling me you done minted some NFTs that's worth 37 grand and what you want me to do? Help you get them sold? Fuck out of here. You hopped into that with your own merit and you ain't tell me nothing. But nah, I got you, son. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you up. Um, yeah, it seems like yeah, if you had that, just see what happens, because yeah, I don't know how they would track you aside from your IP, and if that IP has been masked. So yeah, let's see. What if? Uh, well, so I haven't used Immutable X yet. Like, do you have to create a website on Immutable X to receive your NFTs and stuff like that? I wonder if they take KYC when that's being done. Yeah, it says it's based on your IP address upon claiming. So they do make you put in your country. So I was thinking like that might be the second way that they're kind of protecting themselves. Because I mean, regulation, yes, we still have to, follow that, which is all BS. Like, bro, let me live. Let me move my money how I want to move it, right? But they want a piece of the pie of everything, son. Like this thing is annoying. Um, but this does say, which is and I feel like it might be a ploy on Immutable X, like, hey, it's determined by your IP address upon claiming. You feel me? So let's see what this would say. You detect it based on the IP. Select cancel and show have no active VPNs and try again. So it might see that. Um, you're being rerouted through a VPN because it's saying make sure you have no active VPN. Oh wow! So you can't have the IMX token at all. Well, yeah, that's what the airdrop is for. Um, yeah, the so I mean that's why this Ripple case with the SEC is kind of crucial, and I'm rooting for Ripple to pull through because it's going to shape how the rest of the crypto market goes. If Ripple gets no little to no fines on this, or a judge finds that the SEC kind of overstepped their boundaries and trying to, legalize or trying to classify it as securities and stuff like that, that that could mess it up. But the reason I say that is because the impact that the SEC coming out saying, hey, we think this crypto, or just the fact that they subpoenaed the Ripple Labs team, it caused people to lose mad money. It got delisted from exchanges, got pulled, etc. Like, so it's a situation where, like, if the SEC loses this one, this could really open the doors to a lot of other things. And here's what's weird. If that's the case, right? You're saying you can't get in private sale. If that's the case, why are they letting Ethereum do what Ethereum's doing? Because that was sold definitely in a private sale with a pre-mine. So at the end of it, like they've already said, Ethereum isn't a security. But now they're going after Ripple, saying that it is type of thing. So it's one of those things where like they themselves don't have a full framework of how they want to classify these cryptos, if it's a security or not. And I know it's kind of hard because, I mean, just on black and white, it looks like a security. Um, you're giving me this crypto in hopes because they didn't market it. Okay, I mean, just because it wasn't marketed as such, right? So, but regardless of how it was marketed, um, the SEC themselves have to look at it subjectively and be like, well, I know it makes sense. Like, hey, the whole part of the securities or whatever, yeah, Ripple did label itself as, yeah, that was the overall issue. But what I'm saying is that, okay, one labeled itself as such, one didn't, but they both were kind of using the same basis and the same juncture. And you classified the one that said, hey, I wasn't a security as not being a security. Ripple didn't help themselves in the case, obviously, but now they have to prove that, hey, it was used in the same manner, and that, in fact, it's not a security like how they're thinking. Or, I mean, Ripple's kind of looking like R. Kelly in a sense, fucking telling on yourself. And yeah, it is all about the wording. But for me, the point that I'm trying to make is like, regardless of the wording or the advertising, etc., if the SEC is going to create a framework to be like, okay, these sets of actions does classify it as such, or these sets of action does are exempt, they need to have that so they can then pass that on or figure it out for other projects, because now they're talking about going after Uniswap and different protocols like that that may be a security. How, like, when it gets to that sense, I mean, I know there's a team behind Uniswap, developers and stuff like that, but it's not even like a company fully like that. So I don't know. And plus, I'm not too well versed on the Securities and Exchange Commission's law book and stuff like that. So it would be hard for me to really speak on yay or nay, because I have to really see what's up with it. But it is very interesting, and like I said, I think this is a big case just in crypto history, because this can sway this really well or sway this really bad. Because if Ripple loses this, a lot of other cryptos are going to be like, damn, are we next? And once the SEC starts naming them or listing them, going after them one by one, um, yeah, like it's going to be like a ripple effect. This coin here, this coin there. But yeah, now that was a interesting point on that front. And yeah, I don't think. I mean, try to get this airdrop. Use Try to use a VPN. Um, but shoot, I'm honestly about to start looking for property elsewhere outside the damn country. Uh, I've been looking since you know COVID and shit, but everything was just so expensive because of COVID. Still kind of is, but I mean, I lost out on $1 million airdrop too earlier this month, bro. So I'm right there with you. Like, I can't claim my DYDX airdrop because I'm in the U.S. and it's worth $1.3 million right now. And yeah, fucking Witchcon didn't work. So yeah, they're locking down on this. It sucks because hey, like, why am I being penalized because I live here? Like, this wasn't this wasn't the plan. Um,
Yo, couldn't you could just use like a VPN?
no, so it seems like their system is detecting for VPN activity. From this screenshot here, you can see we've detected you're in the US, and based on your IP, if this is incorrect, click cancel and ensure that you have no active VPN, and try again. Now, I'm trying to think about it technically on how they would know that my VPN was on. And the way, like, I figure is just that if they have, yeah, they can detect the reroutes that your VPN may be doing. Maybe you know, different things. Like, I'm not well versed in that front, but apparently they're saying VPNs don't work. Um, Oh, Ryan is saying they KYC you. So Immutable X does do KYC then. Because I'm thinking about this like a Uniswap or whatever, where I'm connecting just through Web3, through my, MetaMask. And, y'all never asked me for anything. But it seems like Immutable X does that. Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. It's clipped from there. It's clipped from there. So all these places are doing KYC to stay compliant. Um, like, which is needed on the fucking legacy shit. Like, just let us be free and let people be responsible for their money and themselves, and stop bailing idiots out. That's the reason why we're in the problems that we're in now. Why the government's running out of money, it's trying to take our Social Security, and there's barely anything in Social Security overall. So they're just gonna blow through that, and they keep printing more money. And all this just sounds good for crypto. And they're trying to hold crypto down. So that's kind of pissing me off. Yeah, so covered that. Yeah, airdrop isn't going to work. Um, Eluvium. This one recently got on my radar too. Not bad, already 173. 10,000 max supply. Let's take a look at a couple things. You know, their Twitter is always telltale of how popular things are. Good price action. Where are we at? 657. This thing been moving. This thing really been moving. It's like $40 in June. And it's doing it on very fucking low volume. Barely anything came in and this shit just shooting up. We got some volume coming in now, which is good. And it's new. It's already up 2,000% from its all-time low. It's not too shabby. It's on Binance already. Is this on Binance Chain? It's on Ether. Decentralized gaming studios. I like that concept that it says decentralized gaming studio. I kind of like this. So is Immutable X having, are they just now dropping their token, IMX? Let me know, Ryan. Because it might be great to pick it up, you know, off the secondary markets. But regardless, you can get USDC rewards, Ryan, for that airdrop. You said Eluvium is a game hosted on IMX. Yeah, that's what I was reading, but that's I was asking as yeah, Immutable X is the layer, the platform. It's having its token IMX be airdropped. So I'm asking that if that airdrop is the first time IMX is hitting the markets, and I guess it is because I couldn't find it as a token. Okay, cool. So yeah, this makes me bullish on Immutable X. They've been busy lately because, like I said, they did a drop today with TikTok on NFTs, big TikTok videos or whatever. So Eluvium. Now, is Eluvium gonna have like the nice graphics and shit, like a RPG type of game or like a World of Warcraft? I might have to look into that because lately, as of late, like I've been getting into the gaming side of things. Because when things pull back, people don't tend to, you know, sell their in-game Titan. Oh shit, it do look good. They got staking. Oh, I might have to buy some Eluvium off of KuCoin then. I'll grab some in a bit. And I'll take a look at the paper. But what are you staking now? Can you stake the NFTs? Because if you could stake the NFTs, I'm about to drop some big money into this shit. That's one way for y'all to look for NFT projects that allow staking, or you know, for your cars to evolve and stuff like that. Like anything that gives it utility. That's why I'm, you know, liking this whole gaming world. So I'm just staking the ILV tokens. Yeah, but how is the? Yeah, I do gotta read the white paper and connect my wallet. You never fucking know. And I wonder if it's on, yeah, it gotta be on the Ethereum mainnet. Yeah. Okay. All these fucking networks. Just need Ethereum to choose one already. Gucci. So yeah, that's why we've seen a price explosion. You have staking. Anytime you have staking, people are quick to go buy the coins and go put them away so they could earn the APY. I'll pull up the white paper. Oh, and they lock up for a year. That's a long time. So they got some pools. The ILV pool directly got 520 million and offering 64%. Oh, you might as well stake it on sushi. Oh, but I'll, oh, okay. So yeah, they have the regular ILV token. So I could basically go buy the ILV token and come back here and stake it. Or I can go buy the ILV token and pool it on sushi, get the sushi. No, actually, this is me pooling just sushi LP tokens. So I could go pool some sushi and some Ethereum, get sushi LP tokens, and then come stake that for 529%. So if I want to, yeah, I think I might play with about $1,000 with this and see how much I get out of that motherfucker. Yeah, it look like they got everything. So yeah, this is solid. Appreciate that. Y'all bought me some two good ass projects tonight, just from off the surface. So 403 million, have about 18. So yeah, it's very early. So the total stake is 790 million, very early. Um, other projects are getting into the, are in the billions, hundreds of billions. So this is very early, especially if it has a game with it, and you got staking, and you got NFTs. So these are the flash pools, which I'm assuming you can withdraw and whatever all the way. I mean, I do got some chain link. Well, it's probably gonna cost crazy fees today. $20 to approve this? Suck my. I'll do this later tonight. 53% on Chainlink. That's not bad. I'll put some Chainlink away here and earn on that. Some actually, yeah, it seems like that's the biggest pool too. Oh, these are completed. Yeah, so might as well load up on this. Rewards. Yeah, I have rewards 12 months. Yeah, this is solid, bro. But I want to see the game though. This staking. Exit out of some of these things. Yeah, let me just see what they're doing on here. Can't see the chart. All right. Not too shabby. This blow off the top doesn't help, but not too shabby. Feel like it just got on the exchange too. So people probably taking profits, shit like that. It's not that much movement or volume on here at all. So yeah, there's no money in here. This is the biggest order, and it's for $6,000. Like, yeah, this person here trying to offload some. So people are trying to offload some. I'm gonna wait till it pull back a bit Yeah, and then somebody got like 100, 16,000, 9,000, a little bit more. But that's just on this exchange. And you're not gonna see a lot of trading activity for gaming tokens because people are using them in the games, um, which is why I like them because it's like it'll hold that value uh, when others are selling, panic selling. You know, gamers are just gaming with them. So this looks solid on that front. Damn, that shit do look crazy. Like if we can start bringing this type of graphics onto these games, like this shit really is just like imagine just Mario, like N64 Mario and those graphics to like San Andreas to 2K22, right? Like or Call of Duty. The graphics is just crazy. I remember, just when you're looking at old videos where they showing, maybe an old basketball game or an old video console game, and you just thinking like, damn, I used to play on that, quality. This is the same thing. Like this Eluvium thing, like it looks like it's the next step to the whack looking games that we've been having in the space, and they do more than just the games. Um, yeah, this I'm excited on this one. And Omi is coming over there, so I'm bullish on Omi. So that's clutch. So now I really want them IMX tokens because if they're building out their ecosystem like that, that token's going to be really. I do want to see like what's the tokenomics behind it, like because obviously it seems like they're a platform, but do people have to? Well, no, it's still on the main Ethereum chain, so I'm probably still gonna use Ethereum to swap and shit. So I just want to see what the utility of it is within the ecosystem. But nah, this is solid though. I'm gonna do some more deep dives into these two projects, and see if I come up with anything. All right, there's one more coin y'all wanted me to look at. XLM and Superfarm. All right, so XLM, I'm so disappointed. Like, I've actually sold a lot of my XLM for other projects. I still have a small bag. Basically, the story with me and XLM, like, I was buying Stellar and Cardano pretty much at the same time, putting money in it, putting money in it. Of course, Cardano took off. Stellar still gave me some gains. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, my first entry into Stellar was at 2 cents, but comparison to everything else, um, it's not there. Now, they are, in my opinion, are a better network, cross-border payment platform than a XRP, in my opinion. Um, and they rebranded themselves overall. Like I like this project. It's just the price movement just really hasn't been there. Although I feel like we've been accumulating, we've been finding support. Like we haven't broken below that 20 cent range, which I literally the other day was talking about this because I was taking a look at my portfolio. But if I would pick up some, I would pick up some now. Um, Although I do feel like we may have one final shakeout in the crypto market before it go parabolic. Like this was just too easy. Like crypto is not easy, So I feel like there's one mighty shakeout. So you may be able to visit these lower levels in the teens, but I doubt it go any lower. I am I mean, I like what they do, and you know, I like the team and stuff like that, but it was just, I don't have enough traction, like no users, stuff like that. Like you gotta have you gotta have that adoption overall, or other projects are gonna uh outpace you, and they have a lot of competition. Um, so I'm in the middle for Stellar. Let's take out the medium. Take a look at that. I'm just in the middle, and they have good partnerships too. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's a solid project, like a mid to high level type of company, if you want to compare it in that sense. It's not going to be your big Facebook type of companies, right? um, but it'll still do well within its sector, and it's something that I do see lasting into the future. It's not a pump and dump type of project. They're working on real stuff, but um, productivity on your project doesn't always correlate to the price being pumped up. Because if that was the case, there's so like hella projects that I've given to you, like Chainlink would not be at $20. Just put it like that. Like it's just like saying Google would be, at a quarter of its valuation price wise. And it takes time for some of these things to kind of catch up, for the community to realize, oh shit, they're doing X, Y, Z. Yeah, and that's what I'll be saying about all these other tokens I'll be bringing to y'all. But I feel like some people don't be thinking like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about or whatever, because the price ain't moving. But that's because the markets ain't real. Like people are too busy throwing their money into you know um, Shiba right now, and not looking for real projects. Um, because, for example, UBT or Ocean, actually Ocean, I think just flipped green. People aren't really seeing the connections that they're making just yet. But for Stellar, that's one of them. They are working on the background, but they do have a lot of competition in what they're trying to do and being a payment gateway. And of course, there's loopholes with that. And there's blockchains that are a little bit faster than it. So, yeah, like I said, I'm like in the middle with that. XLM. Look at the Bitfinex chart. I mean, it'll tell me pretty much everything I need to. Same thing I was telling you. Let's just throw the fibs on here and see what we're working with. And I gotta get the fuck out of here. Yeah, so we can wait till we retrace till up here. Someone's targets. Yeah, $1.28, $2. It's very viable. $2 for some XLM. Shit, I'll be sick if it get up there, because that would have been a lot of money that I offloaded. But I might have grabbed some more at these lower levels just to stack my bag for that just in case moment. Yeah, resistance wise, I mean, yeah, your first resistance is at this level here. So if we're making our moves up, yeah, look at 50 cents to have some sort of reaction. Let's take out the local high here at 42 cents and such, and then start playing in this 50 cents range. Then you got about 70 cents and then 80 cents at the top. Yeah, so all your round numbers moving up will be your levels of concern and resistance on here for XLM. But I ain't got nothing much for XLM really. It's just like a slow mover. Yeah, I was just buying this thing all back here, November, October. And yeah, this is where, again, like I said, this whole time I have to go ahead and do my research, put a little here, put a little there, put a little everywhere, and not, worry about it moving. And we're not too far from, those levels. So in the grand scheme of things, we're still at that accumulation zone area, whatever. But this was from December 2018 to November 2020, literally almost 2 years to the date that this thing was just moving sideways. That's a bear market. Like when people be calling me and asking me like, oh, you think we're back in a bear market because we dropped 50%? No, this is a bear market. Going sideways at a floor for 2 years straight. And you have to stay strong and believe that this thing's gonna turn out. And glad I fucking did, because yeah, it was just like, damn, do something. That meme where the little picture he's poking the Bitcoin on the ground. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. And then he says super farm. This will be my last one for the day. I'm tired. I don't have just a regular super farm and BTC. Okay. Guess I'll do this wrap ETH pairing. Isn't it super as the ticker? Yeah, super. Cool. Yeah, that's the wrong one. There we go. Let's take a look at the tether one. Sheesh. I didn't know Superfine was doing this bad. God damn. I mean, your bottom is 27 cents. You're at 60 cents. Still a 3x. Your local top's at $1.22. Some resistance at $1.50, $2.10, $3. So there's upside, because the way I look at it is you're closer to the floor than the top. Buy. Like if you're thinking about buy. I'll probably try to get my targets as close to 50 cents as possible. It seems like locally, yeah. So as close as 50 cents, that seemed like it was a local bottom, 55, 54, 55. So if we do get somewhat of a pullback here, I would look to, if this was me, caught them some at 57. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, so this would be like my whole buy zone. Yeah, in all honesty, this would probably extend it a little bit more. Yeah, this would be like my whole buy zone, because you have to take a broader look at these things, and of course, from its all-time high. Shoot, my bad. Yeah, and that falls in line perfectly based off of what that price action is looking like. Yeah, we're nowhere. Like, I do want to see some movement, right? this is just consolidating here. Let's see what some targets could be. Because like the volume isn't completely dead. Like there's people still trading this thing. So that could be very interesting to see. Sheesh. Yo, you could make some breach off of this. These targets are crazy. Almost 1,000x. Not more. Yeah, Super Farm takes off. And I mean, Super Farm does have the fundamentals to do this. So it's not far-fetched. I mean, seeing a coin go from, I mean, shit, look at Solana. Solana started at these prices too. Everything starts at zero at some point. And Solana's pretty new and is already at $100 something. All right. So to the shit, just to the 6.6, that's 400%. And that's really your first little major resistance for real. Yes, you have your small local ones, but you already probably would be up 60, 70, 100, 200% before you hit that 6.6 or that 618 at 400%. And even if we get rejected there, you know, at the very least, I see getting caught at this $1.50 range before trying again. But if you break through from there, you know, 600% from right now to the all-time high, that's an easy, you know, 6x. And then target 1,000%, you know, 1,100. That's 11x. And then we got an 18x, you know, almost a 20x to this $11 price point. So yeah, I would hold on to that, especially because you know, this floor at 25 cents seems to, you know, it held for a while since May. You know, if there is something, yeah, I would just load up all right here and yeah, look for these targets on the upside. But yeah, this was it's not moving yet. Nothing's broken out yet. Like, again, still sideways. You know, I like to see these impulses because obviously there's still people trading it. There's still movement, volume, whatever. At least it's not fully dead. Let's look at the hourly. Yeah, so the hourly, you had that first impulse. It came back to retest that resistance from these lows in a sense. So yeah, watching it here. So this thick band here that you see on the rack system is the 200 MA. I'd like to see it, you know, find support here. We found some support. You know, got some rejection here with these wicks. Doing the same here, which is pretty good. Yeah, we have these rejections here. So let's take a look. You know, take a look at what it does here. You say you got in at 57, which is pretty good. Yeah, you're not even on any of these wicks. I mean, you probably got in here. So that, yeah, just that's my overall thoughts on it. You do have some stuff you got to break out of this sideways movement. But if it's something that you believe in, you know, this whole thing was just sideways movement since we got down here in May. Yeah, just accumulate it. Not financial advice at all. I would just accumulate it. Oh shoot, my bad. especially because yeah, basically 600% just to go back to the all-time highs, and you're looking at a 18,000% to go to the top of the target. So I don't see you having much to lose, sir. That's a good find one. Now, one thing I want to do is find like a platform where I could trade these damn coins. I don't be obviously MT4 don't be having everything. But yeah, we could definitely just trade these and buy and hold them. But that'll be clutch. Let's see what Bitcoin doing. Someone had a question. You got something, Miles?
No, I don't got no question.
Yeah, if BTC, just goes sideways here, which I would hope so, or even if it pulls back a little, some of these altcoins will start to play. I need to see ETH start to move a bit. Yeah, it still hasn't even, like, this trade is still here. Like, it's just been stuck in time. Yeah, ETH about to go dumb crazy, by the way. Like, I mean, dumb crazy. And ETH really could be one cycle behind Bitcoin, but the demand for ETH is a lot more than what Bitcoin's demand was back when it was, making the all-time highs back it was at 20K. You got to understand, like, all of these projects have some influence on ETH, whether they're ETH is like a if Bitcoin is LeBron, ETH is Steph Curry when Steph was beating LeBron in the finals every time. Because the reason I say that is because I mean, just how like Steph plays. Like, back in the day, you wouldn't guard somebody at half court. Like nowadays, you literally are guarding people at half court. You cause an influence, right? You're changing things. That's what ETH is doing. Like it's changing the landscape of cryptocurrencies, and the demand for it is high and great. But also projects either develop to be compatible with it or develop to try to compete with it. And that's how it has some type of influence over the overall markets because it's influencing other projects. But I mean, the chart movement on here has been beautiful. It's been respecting my zones properly, which is great. I'm looking for it to retest these highs and break through like Bitcoin did. And yeah, let's look at some targets for ETH. I haven't done this in a minute. And I'll take it off the whole move. I like to see the large perspective of things for ETH. And yeah, around the same targets. Because again, my number for ETH is around 10 to 13,000, right? The Fibs numbers, because I don't have no history to go off of. It's all-time highs. Like to the 1.618, that's 7,000. Of course, I know I'm going to have some people taking profits at those round numbers, 5,000, 6,000. And then people looking for those fib targets. But yeah, this chart's about to look very minuscule. Very, very minuscule. Because I remember, back in December, I was telling y'all my target for ETH was 4,000 based off of the fibs when I was pulling it here. Because honestly, let's see where Texas. yeah, we're at around that 4,000 level. So yeah, these are the conservative picks on price targets. So fib retracement on just this all-time high, TP1 hit, TP2 hit. Of course, you're gonna have the nice little pump after it. But the reason you want to look for these targets anyway is because you can really start preparing yourself to exit and exit. Shit, are you really gonna time up here, or you want to take the short bet that hey, this thing is reversing and get out there? So, you know, when we're going into discovery mode, these fib levels really do help to target to get your targets and such. All right, y'all. I don't think I have anything else for y'all. For some of y'all that wasn't on my call, like make sure you do this optimism airdrop thing. Port over some, use this gateway for optimism and move some Ethereum from the main Ethereum mainnet to optimistic Ethereum. And once you get there, once you do that transition, obviously wait for gas to be low, go to Uniswap and swap for something. So on Uniswap, right, you see this Ethereum here, you can switch networks. So you have the two networks, Optimism. When you click that, my MetaMask pops up, asks me to switch the network. And now I get to access the money that's now on the Optimism network. Yeah, so I came here, I put a little bit of money, and I put some Uniswap and some ETH away in this pool. And you know, I just made a swap within it because this is still in beta or whatever, and they basically had an article. So Optimism doesn't have a token yet. So does Arbitrage. They don't have tokens yet. Arbitrum. I keep saying Arbitrage. And so like the whole notions, just like everything else, just like DYDX and Uniswap, use them early, use them when they're, you know, looking for testers, developers, in hopes of the airdrop. But they were just making a hint about using their swap and using the gateway and then making a swap on here. And also this main VC that has put money into all of the companies that have done airdrops. They have been backed by this one company. I don't know why I can't think of their name, but I'm gonna put the link in my group chat and the crypto stuff. But yeah, Optimism, you make some exchange on there, do that shit with like 2-3 different wallets. And yeah, you could keep it in the Ethereum form. Just gotta warn you that the money that you send over there, if you want to send it back, it could take up to 7 days to get it back into your wallet because it is on their private net. Like they have to send it back to you manually, type of thing. But for me, I'm just looking to just leave this Ethereum on this side of the chain anyway. Once we start fully using it, you know, it'll be tough. And the reason you want to do this is because the fees are so low. So if I wanted to do a swap, let's say they don't have everything yet because they're bringing stuff slowly but surely. So this optimism list is only 14 tokens. Arbitrum, let's switch networks. Yeah, so with Arbitrum, it has a little bit more. Yeah, with 80 tokens on Arbitrum. So I might, you know, do a swap here, but the whole point of it is low fees. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So on Arbitrum, they have some of the indexes already. So I'm actually about to just buy some of this. So 0.05. I guess there's not enough liquidity on Arbitrum for these for this swap. Yeah, I guess there's nothing in this motherfucker. Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta wait.
I gotta wait. Or if I want to port over some of my tokens for whatever, then I can put the pool together and earn 100% of fees. Damn, I do want to index though. I just want to show you the cheap fees on this side. Oh, they got IMX? Nope, not the same shit. You got to check contracts because if they had IMX on a swapping basis, like might as well just grab it that way. This is appealing. Maybe I grab some maker. I will definitely grab some fucking ohm. That's all I needed to see. Please have liquidity. Fuck. Of course they wouldn't have liquidity because all the ohm is locked up in that fucking contract. God damn. But at least our ohm is ported over, so that's good. So I'll be looking for that. I wonder if there's a way for me to look at what's locked up into this. I'll take a look at that later. Let's grab some Unibreak. Please have some fucking Unibreak. All right, so no liquidity on most of these tokens. So regardless of it being here, it don't even fucking matter. No one's staked anything in it yet. Let's look at some Uni. Might have some Uni. Trying to find one thing that has liquidity so I could do a swap for y'all, but this is a whole lot harder than I freaking thought. Oh, so yeah, there's Chainlink on here. Seems like so. All right, about to show y'all the trade. Do 0.005 for some Chainlink, and swapping is literally the same, but the difference is the fees. So I'm still paying an ETH, right? But I'm paying 0.003 ETH. And if I just search that, and how much that actually is, I'm only paying 11 bucks in comparison to 150, 200, whatever bucks. And we can check what the gas fees are right now. Do I have it open here? Oh. So Etherscan / gas tracker. This is what is happening here. So if I was just transferring a ERC20 token, it would cost me 27 bucks. If I wanted to do that same Uniswap swap that I just did, it would have been $85. The same one on Uniswap. But instead it's 11 bucks on Arbitrum. And if I wanted to add liquidity or remove it, 75 bucks, 74 bucks. So this is ridiculous, and always have this bookmarked or whatever, to make sure to look at this price and factor in the price before you do a swap for something. Because think about it, you have to factor in this swap fee when you're calculating how much you've made off of that token. Because if I put in $100, like after I swapped for it, that swap fee was, let's say, the 30 bucks, right? I'm actually down 130 bucks, and I need to get at least 100, well, technically 160 bucks if I need to swap it back, or whatever the current fee is at that point. And so like I already have the $30 for swapping into the coin, and let's just say $30, hoping that at the time that I want to swap back or need to swap back, that it's at the same price, if not lower. So $30 to swap out of it, that's $60 of overhead in a sense that still has to eat up into my profit. So if I only made $50 in profit, I'm technically down $10 overall in that operation. So you have to factor in those swap fees. I'm gonna use you for a second, Oz. You got to factor in those swap fees and understand too, is the token you're swapping for, is it outpacing Ethereum or Bitcoin? Because if it's not, you would have been better suited just leaving your money in Ethereum. Because one, you lost some Ethereum by paying in the fees, and also your token didn't even outpace the price of Ethereum, so you lost percentage gains against Ethereum as well. So don't just look at that token against US dollars, because unless you're, you know, taking it out to US dollars immediately, you know, you're losing money against Ethereum. So that's that. And Ryan, like, where do you play Gods Unchained at? Like, it's a website for it and shit. I'm gonna have to take a look into that. Get into these games and shit, man. What was that other game? Actually, yeah, let me show you this one that if you guys were on the call yesterday, yes, I'll start it up. But crypto platforms. Let me get the link. Rarity. So this one is cool too. Oh, I gotta change networks. I gotta get some Phantom. Some more Phantom tokens. But yeah, I'm gonna reject this. So let me change my thing to Phantom. Now it should be connected. I bet. So this game, it's nothing like, you know, graphics wise, one of those like, you know, you do something like etc. etc. So you send these characters your game. Well, first you recruit or you choose your hero, whatever, what you want to do, what you want to be. There's different when you send your people on an adventure. So I'm gonna send both of them on an adventure. They may come back with different ideas, wisdoms, whatever, like depending on what their character trait is. And they can evolve once you have enough XP. They can evolve to other stuff, and there's NFTs tied with it, and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just taking a dabble at it, and it's on the Phantom network, so the fees are low. Like right now, every little action you do, you have to sign off on it, and it requires gas. So right now, like the fees are 0.03 Phantom, and I think Phantom is roughly at like $2. Yeah, probably just under $2. So these are relatively low, probably, you know, a couple cents, you know, on there. So I'm gonna hit confirm. Hit confirm on this one too, and yeah, sent my heroes. I thought I had did it already. Oh, I don't have enough Phantom. I gotta get some more Phantom on this token. But yeah, sent him, and then I got to return in a day, so I could do it again. So it's one of those, nothing too crazy. You get to level up, send people to the dungeon. Whatever comes out of it, you know, comes out of it. So That's pretty cool. But yeah, I want to play more games that has the graphics that would keep somebody in for a while. And damn, like I don't know why I didn't play Gods Unchained. Like I was already in the shit from jump, and I think they had like early gameplay where you could find different chests within the game, and there was like NFTs and prizes and stuff like that within it. Those are always clutch to come about early on because they drop exclusive stuff in those chests that you won't get off the market or they won't make anymore. Um, don't know why it's not loading for me, but okay. Yeah, the graphics on it is very good. Um, hmm, yeah, I'll figure out all this stuff. I ain't even really big on gaming, but there's money involved. Before I hop off, y'all got any questions, comments, concerns? I'll be on these calls longer than I'll be wanting to, but it's all love though. Let's take one look where what Sheep's doing on that rejection. Yeah, it might play around there a little bit. It's getting rejected again. So yeah, kind of give y'all insight on how I look to chart these things too. Oh, this pattern looks familiar. Yeah, perfect. Like take it from the top to the bottom of my move, reject it perfectly at that 618. And we're gonna go lower to revisit those levels. Um, so yeah, I'd look to add on if you're looking to add on. If not, take your profits. But again, I think it's the same thing before the next leg. Because if you take a look at this move here, rejected here, the move started down here. Pretty much started here. So we had this dump, retraced again, rejected off of it, and went all the way down to our lower levels. And it respects its levels. I mean, it broke through this general area here, came back to retest it, and then we fell back down again before we finally broke through. So I'm seeing the repeat of the same pattern here. We had that same huge spike dip, retest of that 6-6 getting rejected. We might break through here. Yeah, we might break through here, try to retest, and then revisit some of these lows here before shooting back up, low rejection, and then we're off to the races. Yeah, that seems very viable. Considering how, and it's textbook, it's same fucking pattern over and over again, like just on a bigger move, and probably the delta is a little bit steeper. Now if you're calculating the angle of the trend, so we see we have about 40% here. It just gets steeper and steeper, really. So, it just kind of shows you the overall explosion of this move. Yeah, I'm tired, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna do another call tomorrow. look at some other stuff, but I am definitely going to research some more of the other projects I had called out. Damn, I really wish that Ohm was on there because I do want to grab me some Ohm. Let's take a look at Ohm. Yeah, I need this thing to retrace, man. Mark Cuban is heavy on the Ohm bags, by the way. And that's because the fucking percentage yield is 7,000% right now. Let's see if that actually changed at all. See, that's what ends up going. Like I end up just going down the rabbit hole. Don't know why I searched it like that. Olympus Dow is cracked into the top 100. Why don't we? And yeah, shit's still early too. That's the funny part. Let's go to their website. Oh yeah, HBAR Hedera hash graph is going to do well. Also Algorand. So I put Hedera hash graph and Algorand. It's like I used to buy these cryptos in pairs. Those two I used to buy them in pairs as well. HBAR and Algo. But yeah, like crypto market's gonna go crazy. Actually, the yield went up. It was 7,300 something percent. Now it's 7,400 something percent. That's interesting to see. The yield went up a little bit. 92% of all Ohm fucking staked in this protocol. Treasury has $280 million and $1 billion, $1.7 billion is locked up into this little old project, that's still, number 70. Throwing the dart. Yeah, like I said, man, you could throw a dart and everything will, it'll 10x whatever it lands on. Yeah, so Olympus DAO pretty much kind of works like Maker DAO in a sense to me. These yields are crazy. Stake it and all that. Like, yeah, a lot of big names are in this. So actually, if you missed out on Olympus DAO, I'm waiting for the next one. It's called A Climber for the Copper launch. So all the stuff coming out of Copper launch for Crucible, it's looking good, man. So A Climber, I'm waiting on that to kind of hit the markets to grab some. Of course, I'm gonna grab some more of the Alchemist coin. It's just that you gotta swap for it, so I'm waiting for them swap fees to drop down. But yeah, like what was I looking for? A Climber, yeah. A Climber is going to be an Olympus DAO type of one, and yeah, just looking at the price. Oh, I didn't know you could purchase it already. Am I tripping? It'd be so much, man. And I'm in the process of planning my move and everything. So I just be forgetting these things. But once I'm settled on my move and all that, and things are getting crazy. Well, shoot, it's not letting me do that, but I could trade it on Balancer, it says. Shoot, I might grab me some of this. But yeah, A comma is gonna go probably do worse than what Ohm did. And Ohm, yeah, bottomed out around 160, shot all the way to 940. If we look at target wise, top to bottom, yeah, that's why I have my box there because that's my first 618 rejection area. And so they started taking profits off of it early. Like that 618 is such a magnet in this crypto space. It's not even funny. Like if you know how to properly use it, like price tends to always retrace to it. whether it's on as a support or resistance. But yeah, target for it 2300, and that's the conservative target. Like I'm telling y'all, like these fibs are conservative targets in crypto. So yeah, we got 2300 and 3600 for Olympus Dow as possible targets, and then yeah, looking to load up really around that $600 area. Down, let's throw the system on it. Yeah, it look like we're getting a rack sell here. People taking profits, which is understandable, which is probably why the protocol increased its percentage yield a little bit. Yeah, and I should, in this red box, I'm looking to load up a little bit more. If we break down below that, let's take this away. If we break down below that, obviously I'm gonna wait for the retest because it could always be a fake out. But I'm looking at this 530, 540. Yeah. Yeah, there's this let's call it 540 area to find some support. If anything, like at the very least 500, right? At 500 area. But anything below that, you're talking 350 maybe. Yeah, 375 to 350 area. And then you're back at the bottom, which I don't see that staying down there for long, because people have been very bullish on this thing. So yeah, I'm glad I'm seeing some type of retracement. Hopefully it'll come to the target. If not, it's probably gonna smash through this $1,000 resistance. All right. Yeah, I've overstayed my welcome. Actually, you guys have overstayed y'all welcome. But I'm gonna holla at y'all, man. If y'all got any questions, do contact me in the Discord, or hit me up directly. And we'll get everything situated. Oh, they got an Arbitrum, but I doubt everything on is over there. I'm trying to see if I can get this A climber early, because if I can stake it and leverage it ASAP, and earn some high yields. Because when Ohm came out, the yields was 300,000%. 300,000. Even right now at 7,000 is ridiculous. But as people started staking it quickly, started to drop. Oh, I gotta switch to the Arbitrum network, or did it do it already? Oh, switch network. Yeah, it ain't shit over here. What's this MCP? All right, I'm gonna holler at you, man. Yeah, I didn't even realize it got this late. Like I said, I get on these calls and fucking lose track of time. Oh, it seems like it might have a whole lot more tokens on this side. Yeah, I might have to just search what's up. But yeah, let's switch back, because I want to see what's up with this A climber token. If I could get that early, because like I said, Just I'm buying that thing and staking it. Just connect to MetaMask. Oh, this investment pools. I like how they have it set up. I just want to trade a climber. No. And this I could trade it on here. I thought it was preloaded. Let's see. It'll take me there now. Yeah, it is there. Ether for it. Got enough liquidity. Yeah, no liquidity. Damn. All right. Yeah, I think that's what's happening here too. Oh, I mean, liquidity does say 0. Totally missed that one. Yeah, it looked like September was the last day you could get them. So it's some A climber around. I wonder if it's all locked up in their protocol already. Oh, I didn't know price was already out. So what markets is it on? So yeah, just Uniswap. Oh, but Uni V3. And that's not promising. I mean, $1 million volume. It's not the greatest. It's not bad either. Yeah, so the regular climber tokens is what you're waiting on. I think the A climbers are basically like a IOU in a sense. Yeah, because you can start staking A climber now to earn the APYs before the climber token comes out. So that's very interesting as well. And of course, too, like always read their docs and their blogs. That's why I always show y'all. I go to the Medium. That and like Twitter, best sources for you to get the information like ASAP. They tend to, put the stuff there. So, all right, I'm gonna take a little deep dive on Climber a little bit more because I'm bullish off of what I hear for now, but I always take a subjective look at stuff, and then I'll bring y'all what I found. But if y'all got any questions, just hit me up directly or chop it up in the Crypto Corners Discord. Um, I appreciate y'all hopping on and staying on. But yeah, let's make some money in this crypto space. Just move about it properly, and of course, do your own research. Um, every time I do these calls, is for y'all to kind of see how my brain goes to processing and looking at different things. You guys can, pick and choose which I like with my strategy and add it to yours, et cetera, and just learn about the space overall. So y'all have a wonderful evening and many blessings for all y'all.
Thank you.
No problem. Juliet, go to sleep.
I know I haven't been asleep in like 3 days. It's crazy.
Like, go to sleep.
I'm gonna take some
man.
drugs right now.
You better not miss our call tomorrow.
Not at all. All
All
right, good
right,
night.
y'all. Have a good night.
Take care.
Peace. All right, Shaq. All right, Gene. Have a good one.